Pope Leo XIV has just taken one of the most significant actions of his newly begun papacy. Without major fanfare or sweeping announcements, he has quietly removed Cardinal Vincenzo Paglia from his leadership post at the pontifical John Paul II Institute for Marriage and Family. This decision, though administrative on the surface, has already begun sending ripples through the Catholic world. It signals something deeper, a potential shift back toward clarity, tradition, and fidelity to the Church's moral teachings. The John Paul II Institute was never just an academic center. Since its founding, it has carried a distinct mission to promote and protect the Catholic Church's doctrine on marriage, family life, sexuality, and human dignity. It was created with the full support and spiritual vision of Pope St. John Paul II himself, based on his theology of the body, a powerful and detailed teaching on what it means to be human, made in the image and likeness of God. But in recent years, the Institute found itself at the heart of controversy. Changes made under the pontificate of Pope Francis led to deep unease among many faithful Catholics. Traditional faculty were let go, the curriculum shifted. New voices, some with more progressive leanings, were introduced, voices that, to some, seemed to soften or even question the unshakable moral foundations that had once defined the Institute. One such example is Father Maurizio Chiodi, a faculty member who made headlines in 2018. He stated that in certain situations, the use of artificial contraception might not represent a rejection of life, but rather a form of family responsibility. His statement was quoted widely and sparked heated discussion. To some, it represented compassionate pastoral care, but to others, especially those holding fast to traditional Catholic doctrine, it raised red flags. It introduced what they saw as dangerous ambiguity, an opening for moral confusion. And for the Catholic Church, clarity is not optional, it's vital. Pope Leo XIV's decision to remove Cardinal Paglia comes amid growing concerns that the John Paul II Institute had drifted from its mission. Cardinal Paglia, once a central figure in shaping the Institute's direction, became increasingly controversial due to several public remarks. In April 2023, during a discussion on assisted suicide, he said that while he personally wouldn't practice it, he could understand how legal mediation could be considered the greatest common good under certain circumstances. That phrase, greatest common good, along with concretely possible conditions, sparked concern across the Church. What did it really mean? Was this a soft endorsement of assisted suicide? Was it a way of sidestepping clear Catholic teaching on the dignity of life? Then came his comments in 2022 about Italy's 1978 law that decriminalized abortion. Cardinal Paglia described it as a pillar of Italian social life and said it was absolutely not up for discussion. For many in the Church, that was the final straw. How could a senior Church official publicly affirm a secular law that stood in direct opposition to the Catholic belief in the sanctity of life from conception? As these controversies piled up, the call for leadership change at the John Paul II Institute grew louder. Faithful Catholics wanted clarity. They wanted consistency. They wanted someone who would lead not with confusion or compromise, but with courage. And Pope Leo XIV has responded. Cardinal Paglia has been removed, and in his place, Cardinal Balthasar Riona has been appointed. Though less well known on the international stage, Cardinal Riona has built a quiet but respected reputation for fidelity to the Church's magisterium and disciplined administration. He served as Vicar General of the Diocese of Rome and worked with the dicastery for the clergy, two roles that grounded him in both pastoral care and theological order. This appointment is more than just a new name on an office door. It is a signal. Pope Leo is sending a message, not just to the Vatican, but to the world. Institutions responsible for shaping future Catholic leaders and theologians must remain rooted in truth. They must be clear. They must be bold. We are living in a time where moral confusion is common. Families are under attack. Marriage is being redefined. Life is treated as disposable, from the unborn child in the womb to the elderly person facing euthanasia. In such a world, the Church cannot afford to be vague. It must stand firm. It must speak with clarity and love, not ambiguity. And compromise. This is what makes the recent move by Pope Leo so important. It's not just about the removal of one cardinal. It's about the direction of the Church. Will Catholic moral teaching remain steady and clear in a world that constantly changes? Or will it bend to the pressures of modernity, losing its prophetic voice? For many observers, the early signs of Pope Leo XIV's leadership are promising. His papal inauguration included beautiful gestures of unity between the Latin and Eastern Catholic traditions. The use of Greek in the liturgy, the presence of Eastern Christian dignitaries, and the chanting of the Gospel in ancient languages were not just ceremonial, they were symbolic. They reminded the world that the Church is both ancient and present. It does not forget its roots. Now, with the appointment of Cardinal Riona, there is growing hope that Pope Leo XIV will anchor his papacy not in modern trends, but in timeless truths. That he will lead not by avoiding controversy, but by confronting it with courage and compassion. The Church today faces countless challenges: divorce, gender ideology, abortion, addiction, contraception, pornography. These are not just abstract, moral issues. They affect real people, real families, real communities. And the role of the Church is to provide healing and guidance, not silence or uncertainty. The Pontifical John Paul II Institute is uniquely positioned to offer that guidance. It can become once again a center of excellence in teaching the truth about human dignity, love, sexuality, and the family. But it needs leadership that understands this mission, leadership that will not compromise, leadership that will speak clearly, even when the world pushes back. Pope Leo XIV's decision may seem like a small administrative act, but it is deeply symbolic. It tells us that he is paying attention, that he is willing to act, that he understands the importance of clarity in these confusing times. Already, less than 2 weeks into his papacy, he has shown that he will not shy away from hard decisions, and that is giving many Catholics hope. In parishes, in small prayer groups, in online forums and Catholic podcasts, there is a quiet renewal happening. People are hungry for truth. They are rediscovering the sacraments. They are falling in love again with the Eucharist, with Marian devotion, with the beauty of the faith. And now, with new leadership at the helm of key institutions, there is a chance that this grassroots renewal will be matched by institutional strength from above. The Church does not change with every wind of culture. It stands firm. Its foundation is Christ, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Pope Leo XIV knows this, and through his early decisions, he is beginning to show that his papacy will be one of conviction, one of clarity, one that honors tradition while engaging the world with wisdom. There is no guarantee of what the future holds. Every papacy unfolds in time. But right now the signs are clear. There is movement in Rome, and behind that movement is a desire not to blur the lines, but to draw them more clearly, to help the faithful see the path, and to walk with them firmly, lovingly, and without fear. This is just the beginning, but already it matters.